Everyone's story of living with HIV is unique.
I'm Uriah. I was linked to care October 2002. October 19th, 2002. I became very ill, very ill. I could not push a pencil in a financial accounting class. And I went to the doctor. I knew what it was, but again, for 5 years, I had kind of backburnered it. But I asked her to test for HIV. Then it was a bit of a turnaround time, so you just didn't get those instant results. It was painful. I called my grandmother, my absolute dearest friend, who lived in Louisville, Kentucky. And I just told her that I needed to go to the beach. And I drove from Detroit to Louisville. I drove down to see my grandmother. And when I got out of the car, she saw my condition, which had deteriorated. I had lost weight, had no energy still. I don't know how I made the drive. And she had a bag packed. It was at the kitchen door. I may have gotten in to sit down for a second, and she asked no questions. And we took my bags out of my car and put them in her car, and we drove to Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is where we would kind of spend off seasons, just on the beach of the Gulf. And yeah, we may have gotten an hour outside of Kentucky without a word spoken. I just said, I'm sick, you know, and I told her what it was. At that time, I didn't tell her that I had known about it for quite some time. And I told her I didn't want to live like this. And I felt like I was dying. I am a water person, it's my serenity. And I asked her to take me to the beach to die. And without any hesitation, she kind of took a breath and said, let's go. So we drove down there, and we kind of had to hotel hop because we didn't know how long this was going to take. And I didn't eat. She kept throwing Motrin down my throat to break a fever. Just being in her presence. You know, I remember looking over at her, the strongest person I've ever known, who's fought cancer and a number of other things. And I thought how incredibly selfish it was of me to want to give up so easily. And that it wasn't just me that I had to live for. But I had loved ones, especially my grandmother, but my mother and my sister as well. 2 weeks into it, I said, let's go. And we drove, we drove back. She drove me to Detroit. She didn't want me to drive back by myself. And I began to seek care. My infectious disease doctor, my first one, tall, frail, direct man, he said, here's your two choices. You communicate with me, and we have this upfront agreement that you will be honest with me, and you do what I say, or you'll be dead in a few years. And it was that direct, and while that sounds awful, it was the best advice, and it sticks with me to this day. It was that advice that let me know that I could, with lifestyle choices, take complete control of this. And with honest communication, and he did. He said, you'll outlive everyone you know if you do what I say. And 17 years, and I am probably one of the most active people that I know. So he set the precedent for me for what my healthcare should look like.
Share your story. #MyPositiveSpin. Learn more at positivespin.hiv.gov.